it going? I'm here to do the Aries reading for October 2nd to the 15th. While I talk for the first couple minutes, I'm going to, you're like, oh God. I'm going to do something a little different. So I like that you can kind of pick your own messages thing. So I've put 3 different amethysts here. And I'm going to put 3 different spirit animal cards. I finally got my deck back. I'd left it at the beach over the summer. So I'll do one here, one here, one here, and then you can choose which one you want, and I'll read them at the end. Now, and while I'm shuffling, I'm going to kind of talk about the astrology. I'll only pick up cards that show up face down. So can I have a card, please, for the first amethyst on the left? Now, the astrology charts for now and up until the 15th are what we call splay charts, which means that there's planets all over the place. So you may feel a million things going on, running from one appointment to the next, lots of communication, kind of like feeling a little frazzled, things going in every which way. That energy looks like it's going to continue until October 15th. Can I have a card for the left amethyst, please, for Aries? October 2nd, October 15th. The other thing is I was going to wait to do the reading until after Pluto went direct, but I was instructed to do it now. I do think, so first of all, I'm going to take that one. You may have been having very powerful dreams or very active, vivid, intense dreams recently. This is mostly due to the overactivity of the subconscious from Pluto stationing and now going direct. May I have a card for the second stone, please? Now, the one message that I keep getting, even in my own readings, is that the energy right now is not to take lightly. We have to approach the choices and the situations in our life with a lot of seriousness. And I know that sounds like a ridiculous thing to say, but sometimes it's very like go with the flow energy. And sometimes it's like just leap and see what happens. This isn't one of those times. Can I have a card for this stone, please? This is one of those times where, I'm not taking it, where we can forget that not everybody is on the up and up, that sometimes people are schemers, that sometimes people have plans for us that we don't even know, and they come at us as if they're making us an offer in friendship, but really they have ulterior motives. So the advice that comes before the cards, and then we'll see what the cards say, is that this is really a moment to take every decision in your life very seriously. Take the people you are meeting in your life seriously. Let them reveal themselves. If you are working together with people, make sure you are 100% on the same page and let them tell you that. Let's just put it this way. People's true motives are gonna be revealed. They may not always be what we had hoped they would be. So I think that especially with Venus and with Mercury in Scorpio, as soon as Pluto goes direct, I imagine some information to be unearthed. Anyway, and once Mars moves into Libra, he's gonna want a partner, right? And he'll be a little bit ambivalent or indecisive about which way to go. And the best advice I can give right now is to let that process of balancing scales, give it its due time, right? So if you have something that tips the scales in that, give yourself time to see if there's another piece of information that tips the scales in the other way. I think this will be a process that lasts us through the Mars in Libra season. So I would advise to not be in a hurry about making serious decisions right this second. Okay. But getting back to October 2nd to October 15th for Aries 2019, what are the messages from above for Aries, October 2nd to October 15th? What messages for Aries, October 2nd to October 15th? Okay. Okay, so this is in reverse, the time for a nap. We'll see what else comes up before we start deciding. May I have the energy, please, for Aries, October 2nd. Okay. The instinct card. So remember I said it's like people are going to be revealing if they have ulterior motives or like what their secondary design is. And remember, this is a very clever animal, known for its cunning and known for its wiliness, or at least those are the values that we attribute to it in culture. Oh shit! And look, there he is again. So he's sleeping. So that's really interesting. Although I think this is a fox and this is a wolf, but they're both kind of like clever creatures, right? And so it kind of says to me, like, trust your instincts. You know, sometimes those sleeping foxes, they look like they're not dangerous, but if they wake up, they can be. So this is, like I said, I think we need to be as vigilant as possible about the people that we allow in our energetic sphere. Now, let's do the challenge from the Osho Zen Tarot. Can I get the challenges, please, for October 2nd to the 15th? Challenges for Aries, October 2nd to October 15th. Sorry about the noise outside. Challenges for Aries, October 2nd to October 15th. 2. Okay. So understanding, that's the Page of Cups. And then totality. So that's the 5 of Wands. So this to me is a very important card about trust, right? Because in order for this to work, you have to trust the person who's on the other side that they're going to pick up your hands. And then we also have this one, which is like sort of the bird in the cage. So is the bird being freed from the cage, or like, are you putting yourself in a cage, or are you putting yourself out of a cage? So those, because it's not really clear if it's being opened or being shut. And I suppose that's kind of up to you. Just like this is, it's not really clear if that person's going to catch the one in the middle, or if they're going to fall. So there's this kind of like transitory moment where how things unfold may not yet be written. It's going to depend, I think, a lot on the choices we make over the next few weeks. Now let's see what the cards say about this. And then I'll read this because I want to make sure the language is right. I'm not going to take it. So can I get 3 cards, please? Sorry, I was just looking at the cards. Can I get 3 cards for Aries, October 2nd to October 15th? October 2nd to October 15th for Aries. What's the story? 3 cards for the story for Aries between October 2nd and October 15th. Okay, nice. Chariot. So definitely an opportunity to move forward. There's those black and white. So things are kind of like binary right now, you know? And this is very much about balance, because without the balance of the Chariot, he cannot move forward. So can I have 2 more cards, please, for the story for Aries, October 2nd to October 15th? 2 more cards. Okay. Like I thought. There it is. There's the 7 of Swords. Okay, so, and these are both 7s. Amazing. So, yeah. So it's what I've been saying. We have to be really vigilant to make sure, because in order for this to go forward, both of those wheels have to be functioning, right? And if someone's sneaking off with all the swords that we need to head into battle, it's not going to be a very successful expedition. One more card, please, for Aries, October 2nd to October 15th. One more card, please, for Aries, October 2nd to October 15th. Okay, yeah, all right. Then there's that Scorpio moon. And it's possible that some stuff will be revealed under that Aries full moon that will allow us to get some clear understanding. You see all the moons that are coming up here? So that moon is going to be very, very important to us. And so I believe that somewhere in between now and the full moon on the 13th, we will have an opportunity to understand someone's true intentions. And so, you know, I would say the understanding of what's happening is key. Trust is an issue. So, and it's up here again, you know, so I would say, and it's a terrible thing to say, I know, but we may have put our trust in somewhere that doesn't deserve it. I want to read this one. So let's see it in its protection message. Okay. You are a human being, not a human doing. Is it possible you're suffering from workaholism? Oh, right. That was the other message I actually wanted to bring in before, is that I was saying that there's so much coming in, because I kept getting the 8 of Wands before. There's so much coming at us that when we're distracted, we're not as attentive to minor details, right? It's like if you're a super, super busy person, you don't come home and like necessarily nitpick about dust in the corners. You just want to make sure that the house is generally clean. And what we're kind of being told here is that there is some sort of devil in the details, right? So if we need to take time where we can, not necessarily get sucked into the over busyness. So it's like do what needs to be done, but when you can take a break, do so, because we need to be in a proper mind to be able to see very clearly that which is going on around us. Okay, so could you be the one who thinks it's your job to save everyone, to be there for everyone, and to go, go, go until you can barely see straight? You've gone as far as you can. You've worked hard and nourished people and projects, but now you are an empty well and have no reserves for others or yourself. Don't let your ego keep you going full speed when your body and spirit need rest. Exhaustion is calling you to stop what you're doing altogether and take a break. And I'll tell you, I got the same message for another reading this morning. If you don't, the appearance of this card could portend a possible illness that stems from being totally overwhelmed. You will feel like a new person if you take that break. Do it now. Okay, so that's why, you know, that was another thing I said. In this being serious about what we're doing, we need to be serious and vigilant about the people around us. We need to be serious and vigilant about our own health. And there is time where there is no rush. This isn't a period of rushing. There is no rush to get from one place to the next, because it's better that this chariot is properly loaded, built, and constructed. Otherwise, it falls apart along the way, right? So allow yourself to not do when you feel yourself getting overwhelmed. I know personally, I started to notice that I saw this in my own life too. I have a problem with my vision in my right eye. And when I work too much, it starts to like flicker. And that was starting to happen. So actually, I took today off so I could do the reading. But I'm also not going to do any other work. I've given what I can to everyone else. I'm going to take 2 days off when I can to take care of myself. So this is the sort of same thing. I also wanted to call out one thing that I forgot to mention before, but it doesn't really matter, is I changed this stone. I usually have my quartz here, but this is phenakite, and this is, oh my God, it's so funny. This is the stone that I'm pretty sure blew out my eye when I was trying. That's why I picked it up. Now I get it. So I think I told you this story a few months ago, when I was trying to fast track my spiritual enlightenment, classic Aries. I read that this stone had the highest vibration on the planet, and that it could be used to increase your spiritual awakening. So I would meditate with it on my forehead, and it would like actually burn. And then a few weeks later, I had an optic neuritis and I lost vision in my right eye. So now the doctor said it was related to something else. My energy healer said it was because I was playing with this. So that's kind of like same story now. It's like, don't try and fast track anything, because that's when mistakes happen, right? It's when we're not paying attention to the detail, when we're too tired to pay attention to the details, to the small stuff, to the little Scorpios crawling out of the sea. That's when we can get hurt. So it's important to be serious, be calm, be vigilant, and not be in a hurry. Okay? Enough of that. Let's get to these. So I'm going to read this one first. So if you haven't picked your card, please go ahead, pick your card. This one, or this one. I'll start with this one. And this is the Coyote spirit. Trust in divine detours. Okay, that's really funny. I'm going to read it. So the Coyote spirit, and I literally just opened to the page. Interesting. So oracle message, do you find that you are being led on a strange detour in your life right now? Which may be the like stopping for a second. Does it seem that what appears to be the next right action and the right choice, best situation, or fabulous relationship unexpectedly turns into the opposite, or just disappears into thin air as if you've been tricked? Oh, I love it when these are so tight. Here, let me move that up a little. Coyote Spirit's trickster energy is designed to bring you into situations to teach you lessons you have forgotten to learn. Perhaps you need a taste of failure before you experience success, a need to feel disappointment before you can truly appreciate the joy, love, and prosperity that is coming up for you. Perhaps you are revisiting a pattern you forgot wasn't in alignment with the life you are intending to co-create. Being reminded that gratitude, not complacency, will keep you awake and aware of all that is available to you in this moment. Coyote Spirit reminds you to laugh about the unexpected twists, to develop humility and gratitude while releasing your attachments to the form of your desires. Okay, so that's interesting. Even when you suddenly find yourself on a detour, wondering when you will get back on track to manifesting what you desire, remember that Spirit has a plan and wants the best for you. Trust in divine order now. Coyote Spirit is a divine helper. No matter what seems to go astray, things are exactly as they're supposed to be. Okay, well, that's quite interesting. And that's also, this could be like a wolf or a coyote. So maybe this is, part of the path to reveal patterns. So that's interesting. Let's see what's on this one. Okay. Sandpiper spirit, be playful. That's a 6, so let's read this one. 51, sorry. Okay, I've never seen Sandpiper spirit, so. Sandpipers are like cute little clowns, poking their beaks into the sand before darting off to chase the waves. The appearance of Sandpiper spirit is a sign that now is the time to engage your playfulness. Whatever tasks you have before you, perform them with a lightness of being. Interesting. Oh my God, I love it when they match like perfectly. Explore the familiar, discovering the new and the old. Who knows what treasures await when you let yourself laugh and have fun. Sandpiper spirit's happy and curious nature can help you to feel rejuvenated as you remember your ability to run and fly and dance playfully. Okay, let's do the last one. Dolphin spirit. This and that are true. And that's interesting because it came over the one with the 2 cards. And it's a 2. Oh my God. And that's a 6 and that's a 6. Incredible. Love that. So let's read that. Okay. Dolphin spirit, like her earthly manifestation, is a reminder of duality. As the dolphin is both mammal and sea creature, so too is dolphin spirit, both this and that. 2 truths coexist, the story you tell and another as well. There's also that. The duality of life is present when we are suffering, for there is a blessing, too, in the helpers that appear. Within the clouds, okay, are silver linings. And here's some clouds, too. When we later reflect on what happened, we can see that a situation was both this and that, and a choice led to both joy and sorrow. No relationship is either all good or all bad, and people have qualities of both light and shadow. That's interesting. Sorry. Focus on the positive, for light exists alongside the darkness. Dolphin spirit calls for you to come up from below, like Pluto, and enjoy a weightless moment in the sun as you dive in and out of this and then that, accepting and even enjoying the duality of life. Why not join Dolphin spirit in acknowledging and affirming the blessings present in this moment? In all areas of your life, there are aspects of both and the beauty of the fabric of the universe. You are at a place right now where your past self is still present as you move towards the new self you are becoming. Aspects of both selves are present. So even if you want to say goodbye to what was, you are required to find solace in this between time. Today is not a day to choose one over the other, but rather to accept things as they are without judgment or resistance. Even in matters of the heart, duality is present. Your next action will be obvious when you drop your bias and see things as a whole. Very interesting. So those are 3 very different positions. This is sort of like the get serious, have fun, and enjoy getting serious and having fun. So again, summing up, regardless of which one you picked, take care of yourself. Make sure, let someone's trustworthiness unfold, or there will be an opportunity to understand if someone was trustworthy or not. There will be understanding as things come to light over this full moon period that's coming up. As this card suggests, and this one suggests, that sometimes these things happen for a reason, that this character is either there to help you pivot, or to help you learn a valuable lesson, or to help you understand patterns, or to shift your course, so I got myself what was it? The wasp spirit, which was sometimes life stings, right? So I'm not looking forward to that either. But again, it does say that they act as course correctors. So that said, pay attention, use your senses to feel what's going on around you, but you can only do that if you're well rested. Trust is going to be an issue and a conversation over the next few weeks. But ultimately, this is still a moving forward card and it's major arcana. So there is still movement on a more serious path, on a higher order path of where you're headed, right? There may just this may all be sort of a comma in this journey. And that with this full moon in Aries, we're going to close out a chapter that started with the new moon in Aries during our own season. And we should be able to get at least be able to move on to the closing out something, letting somebody move out of our lives because we see what they're really made of. Or letting a situation see that it may not have been the best thing for us. But as these things are revealed to us and they help us understand what our position is, like where we are on the journey, then we will be able to move forward wiser and better armed for the next chapter. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I will see you on Saturday for the weekly.